Hello guys, Lid here. So this is campaign guide for Cyclone, and we are also going to start with Dwellers first because we're going to mill some gem like Chance to Bleed, and also we can get extra wisdom, which can be very helpful early on. Also, we can check the vendor. Basically, we increase our chance a little bit to get the socket that we need. And for the socket itself, we're looking for green, red. That will be the socket for Spectral Throw early on because we are playing a Spectral Throw from level 1 to level 11. And then, after we swap to Sunder, we can use that socket for Lip Slam. And another socket that we look for is red, green. And red, green is for the Lip Slam early on. And after we swap, we can use that for Cyclone later on. And the last socket that we look for is triple red. That is the main socket for Sunder. And then later on, we can use that for General Cry. So here, we just strip everything off, and we can take the double strike because we weren't using them. And we're going to take the Turkic. And doesn't matter what gem here you pick, we're not going to use any of them. And this one, you can use them temporarily, but we only need one blue, which is for Frostbling. So I'm not going to take that. And take everything down, and let's see on the vendor. We got some movement speed boots, which is pretty good. This one is also usable, so I'm going to take that. And check the corroded blade. Sometimes you can find the corroded blade that have some attack speed or some physical damage, which is really good. So we're going to put everything here, and we're going to log into the Cyclone on the Scion. Now, if you still have like the 3 wisdom, you can look for Iron Ring. That can be DPS increase early on. So for the Cyclone here, we're going to do the same. I'm just going to go through the zone, equip everything, and then defeat Hillock, and then we can go to the village. And here on the Hillock, for Spectral Throw, I like to pin the monster near the wall because the Spectral Throw will bounce off the wall, and that way we can kill the boss a lot faster. So let's take everything, and then let's go to the town. This is usable. I don't think I'm going to use this, but this is still something that is usable. So we can check on this one first. This also doesn't matter. We're not going to use any of them. I'm going to sell this, sell this, sell this, sell this, and also 3 of this. And then I think I'm going to sell them. And we're not going to use this also. So let's see on here. We don't get anything good, unfortunately. We got this one, so I'm going to buy this even though I already have. And let's check, let's take everything we have from here. So we equip the movement speed, this is the weapon, and this is the glove. So let's talk to Nessa. And we still have some wisdom here. Let's see, mana here, plus here, chance to bleed here, Spectral Throw here, and then we can buy one Iron Ring. There's no other Iron Ring, so there's no point on trying to sell things up. So let's just go to the coast. And here, let's just equip everything, and I will just go through the zone until we get to the waypoint. So there is the waypoint, and we go to Mudflat. And for the passive tree, we're going to go this route first, because we will need the strength to equip the weapon, and after that we will take the attack speed and movement speed here. So on the Mudflat, you just need to be careful with the this Roa because they can be very dangerous. And just take your time here, and also with this zone, try to reach something like level 3.5, maybe 4, because we'll need to reach level 4 at Tidal Island, and Tidal Island sometimes doesn't spawn that much monster, so if you too low level here, there is a chance where you're not going to get level 4 on Tidal Islands. It's not that big of a deal, but ideally you want to reach level 4 before you leave the Tidal Islands. Like this one is a bit of a race. I'm still level 3 and I'm not even going to half, but we'll see how it goes on Tidal Islands. So here, let's just take the waypoint over here and we're going to go back to the coast. And then we're going to go to Tidal Island from here. So here we need to find Heldrick. So this is Heldrick and we defeat them, but this is the thing that I'm talking about. I'm not level 4 yet and I need to get level 4 here, so I need to farm some monster. And after I reach level 4, we're going to go back to town and I'll see you guys there. So we're back on town. Let's talk to this guy and take the decoy totem and the frost blink. And then we're going to sell the thing that we're not going to use. All of this, and this. I think it's also this one. So let's check the vendor again. We got triple red, but this is using transmute, so I'm going to pass on that one. I also don't have any transmute. Unfortunate, so let's talk to Nessa, get the Quicksilver, and here you pick the Volley, and then we're going to move the Spectral Throw to this socket over here. Now, this is a bit lucky. I get RGB early on, so I can use 3 Link Basilic on Heldrick, but it's not that big of a deal, but that's something you can do, but it's not going to always happen. So let's equip the Frost Blink, put the Decoy Totem. Here, unfortunately, we cannot buy any of them. Here, I like to buy the Blood and Sand first. You're not going to use them now, but I often forget about it. So here is usually where I buy them, so I don't forget about them. So here, we're just going to travel the zone. We're looking for either the entrance of a cave. I forget what the cave is, what the cave name is, but there is a cave here. Either we found that or we found the bridge. I think this is the bridge. Yep, so we put portal there and then we just travel here. And now we just keep looking for the exit from this one. We'll come back to that portal later on. So here on the ledge, you just go through the zone. This is a very linear zone. There's no way you can go wrong. So just follow the road over here. So on the climb, we're just looking for the exit for prison. So just travel to the zone, and for the goat one, be careful with it. Some of them have molten shell, and if you hit them too close, you can it can one-shot you pretty easily. And here we just need to find the waypoint, and we teleport back to town. And then we basically going back to the portal that we opened before. Now we need to find the entrance of the cave, which I think should be something near here. There we go, you can see on the minimaps. So here we need to find the lobster. I always call it the lobster, I'm not really remember what the name is. Because the monster is a lobster, so we just need to find that one and kill them so we can get you can finish the quest. So here it is. Let's just kill the monster. And for the spectral throw, ideally you want to put the monster at the end of the range of your spectral throw. So it kind of like min-max in DPS. You don't really have to do it, but you know, it's a little bit faster to kill the monster. So let's take everything and go back to town. So talk to this guy, take the wave skill point, and then I'm going to sell everything here because we don't need them. Now let's look at the vendor again. Still nothing, unfortunately. So we talk to Nessa, take the fusser, and then we need this, but we don't have enough transmute. So yeah, there's nothing you can do. Let's just move on and go to the waypoint and go to a prison. And here we need to go to the Trail of Ascendancy. So that is the trial, and now we need to find the exits to Upper Prison. So here is the Upper Prisons. Now on here, there is this room that you can get some flasks. Basically what we're looking for here is basically the Quicksilver. You not always to get it, but usually it's pretty common to get Quicksilver here. So we get Quicksilver, this is pretty good. You only get one though, usually you get more than one. I mean, you can get, I cannot say usually. So now we just need to find exit to Brutus. So here's the Brutus. This fight is not that hard as long as you keep your distance. This is also on DPS window when he do this cast. So the Brutus is down. We're just going to go back to town. And we're just going to sell everything that we do not need. We can try to ID this, but I don't have the socket that we need. But this one I think is probably usable. It's a little bit more damage, but we're going to lose the bleed, so it's probably fine. So I'm going to put the bleed here. Let's just sell these two weapons because we don't need them anymore. Now we have some of the... Okay, we can get the Jet Amulet here. And then we can get also some Iron Ring here. And here we're going to need two Transmute. The first one is for the Precisions. The second one is for Sunder. We only have one left. So we need to get another one. So for this one, let's take the Lip Slam. And then let's see if we get something good here. Not really. We still cannot find red. So sometimes RNG is not on. It's just not on your side. So that's fine. Let's go to Prisoner's Gate. And then I probably should use the Hatred on the weapon earlier, so I don't take too long to kill the Brutus, but you know, sometimes you make mistake. For essences, just don't hold them too long. After a while, especially if the essence you find on Act 1 or Act 2, after a while it doesn't really do a lot anymore, so if you end up holding them and not using them, that essence basically just a waste. So it's better to just use them. On here, we need to find either the cave to Shipyard Cave, if I remember the name correctly. And let's put the Lead Slam. We already have the level to use it. There is two exits here. The first one is Shipyard Cave, and the second one is Cavern of Rot. Depending on what you find first, because sometimes you find one over another. So this is for the examples. This is Shipyard Cave. but we are pretty deep in the weed, so I think we are pretty close to the cavern of rot, because cavern of rot is basically at the end of this zone. So we're just going to put portal there. There we go. That is the cavern of rot. We can go here and then use the waypoint to go back to town, and then we can go back to the portal. And basically we back to the entrance of the shipyard caves, and we can just go in here. So here's what we're looking for, the slave core. If you click them, you can get all flame, and then we go to shipyard back again to basically face Fairgrave. Now let's put in the point. We already got the transmute, so I think I will use this wisdom on the iron ring. Not that bad. Alright, let's take everything and go back to town. I pressed the wrong button. Let's stop the Bestel and take the skill point. And then I will sell everything here because there's nothing we can use here. On the iron ring, you can kind of keep them a little bit because you can sell them to become like the elemental rings, depending on what socket, what gem do you sell it to. I will show an example if the things arrive there. So let's go to Nessa, take anything, doesn't matter on that one. For example, like this one, you can sell Static Strike and Iron Ring, and you can get Ruby Ring, which we can be used later on, so we can use that definitely. And here we're going to buy Precisions, and we're also going to buy Sunder. And then we need to go to this guy, and we need to check if we get like something good here. We need red, because we're supposed to change into Sunder already. So since we don't get anything, and I can gamble a little bit, so I will try to get like Mace. Hopefully to get like triple red like this. Odo and level 11, so we can keep this aside, put the Sunder here, and put the Chance of Bleed here, and then we can buy Ruthless here. So this will be the link for the Sunder, and we can just swap it when we level 12. And then I think I have everything I need, so I will just go and not wasting my gold. And I like to preserve my gold as much as I can. So here we just need to find the exit to the second part of the cavern. This is the end of the Act 1. This is the last zone, I think. So here is the Cavern of Anger, and this one we look for the entrance to Merville. So Merville is the final boss of Act 1. After we defeat them, it's basically finished for Act 1. Alright, this is the color that we need. So we basically have almost every color. We need green, green, red that we still don't have, but we can get them on Act 2 probably. So first, let's put the precisions. Don't forget to do that. And now we are level 12. We can just swap this, and I will have my Sunder on. Now for Sunder, first thing first, before you do anything, you need to click this and click this one. It's going to make the Sunder a lot easier to use. And let's take the point here. Put the totem down. We need to put the blood and sand here. So, alright. And the Merfolk is down, so let's just go outside here. So that's basically the Act 1, and now we just need to go to Act 2, and we need to find a way to the town for the Act 2. So here we're just going to talk to this guy, We need to sell everything that we do not need. Here. Do we need this? Probably not. We don't need this. We don't need this. I will sell one of them, just in case I can use the other for a topaz ring. I will ID this. We can use that. So I will sell one of the life loss. For slam, I tend to prefer to have 2 mana plus because sometimes it can be pretty dire in terms of like I will need more mana than anything else's. So we have mallet here. This is 1.3 attack speed, and for mace or axe or staff, you will see 3 of them. But later on, when we switch to Cyclone, we can only use mace or staff. So, and for the stuff, you have to make sure that it's say war stuff, not normal stuff. And the second part is the attack speed per second. You want to get as close to 1.3, especially early on like this where you don't have a lot of attack speed. It will make it a lot smoother and a lot faster to move around. So I think I will take this mallet and I will just slam it here and hopefully get something good. Unfortunately, no, this is lower than this, so that's unfortunate. I will just sell them and let's move to the next area. So outfield, there's 2 exits here. The first one we can go to Den, which I will try to find. And the second one will be the exit to the next area, I think it's Crossroad. So that is the exit to the Crossroad, but we still don't find the exit to the Den. So what I usually do, I will just go to the Crossroad first and I will go back to the Den later on. The Den is optional, but you can get like a Quicksilver there. You can also get a rare belt, so it's a pretty good side quest to get. So here is the Chamber of Sin, and here we just need to find the access to level 2. The first thing is you need to find access to the middle. There is a waypoint to the middle. The way you go about it is basically just go around the middle rooms until you find a way that you can get access to the middle room like this. And after that, you basically take a way that directly opposite to the, not opposite, like on the side of the waypoint, and then you will find the exit to the level 2. And here we need to find a Child of Ascendancy. And then we need to find Fidelitas. So this is Fidelitas. This guy can be very dangerous, so keep your distance from him. And use the Decree Totem basically to keep him away from you. There we go. Take the Baleful Gems and we go back to town. And here we're going to take head out of Ash and talk to Yena. Also, because I do not find the Den earlier, we can go back to Old Field. And we basically already finished like a big part of the map, right? So it's either on here or it will be on the other side. So you don't have to find it the first time. It also helps like eliminate the area where the Den is not there. Although you still need to find them though. This one is kind of weird. I cannot find it there. There we go. That is the Den. So let's just go inside here. And here we need to find the white bear. So let's just follow the area over here. And there we go, we go back to town. And here I will talk to Yena, and because I already have the Quicksilver, I will take the rare belt. And it's not super good, but at least we got something. And here I like to identify everything because on the Act 2 and Act 3 I will need quite a lot of alteration, so I will just use that. That one is actually not that bad, so let's transform this into Topaz. So we're just going to put this one first, and then we need to buy blood rage here, and you will need at least one alteration. So after that, we're just going to go to the next zone, which is the river ways. Here, take the point. This area, you just need to follow the road until you find the waypoint, and you keep following the road until you find the exit of the next area. Here, we're just going to do the same thing. We follow the road until we find the waypoint. And there is two area. This is the area with waypoint, and this is the area that without the waypoint. We're going to go to this part first. Let's put the blood rage here. And here we need to find the entrance for the spider boss. And also for the blood rate, try to keep the blood rate up as much as possible because blood rate is a good amount of DPS, so you really want them to up most of the time. So this is the spider boss. The method is still the same. You put down your decoy totem and you hit them, kill them as fast as you can. Right now, our damage is not really looking that good because the weapon kind of sucks. I do get some unique weapons, so but usually with the run like this or a guide, I don't like to use unique because I don't know, it just feels like cheating, and the purpose of this one is for guide, so it just feels unethical to use them. But when you at the league start, if you got any of them, obviously just use them. So take a spy, take everything else's, and then we go back to town. So here, let's talk to Silk, get the physical melee damage. And then here with the Yena, I will identify everything again. And this axe is something that you definitely can use. It gives you a lot of fists. It have cooling strike, but like I said, this is a run for the guide, so I'm going to use them. So next, let's just check this one. Let's see if we get something good. We don't have anything, and I do have some gold. You don't want to spend everything, but I do have some, so we can try to find a good mace here. Probably not. You can do one more, I guess. It's bad, I guess. I mean, RNG is RNG, so whatever. The next one, we can move to the crossroad. You can go back to Act 1 and buy a momentum for this one. You're going to move faster, but I forget to buy the momentum. I should buy the momentum on Act 1, so I don't have to go back again. But if you want to go back, you can. In this case, I'm just going to keep going. So on this one, just follow the road until you arrive at the entrance of the ruins. And here you need to do the Trail of Ascendancy. And this is the Trail of Ascendancy, and now we need to find the exit to level 2. And here we just need to find the Golden Hand, which is guarded by some monster, but we just need the Golden Hand, so let's find the Golden Hand. Yeah, here is the Golden Hand. You can kill this, you can skip this, it's really up to you. I think it almost died. I plan to skip it because I don't really have a good weapon, so the DPS is kind of low, but it died pretty fast. So talk to Yena and take the skill point and then identify everything. Sell, 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 sell. We keep this one. We sell this one. And then here we need to respec. I will take this 5 node off. It will need like 100 gold, something like that. And then we're going to pot to this route and take the mastery critical strike to not inherently ignite. And you have 100% increased damage with hit against ignite enemy. And that's the reason why we need the Herald of Ash over here. And I still have some gold, so I will still try to get some weapon. This one is better. I need a proper socket though. Okay, let's move the gem here. We can put it here. And then, oh, this one needs 53 decks. Well, that's kind of sad. Let's sell this one and let's move to the next zone. Let's go to the crossroad. Now we need to find Caitlyn. We're going to go to the top right. So this is a broken bridge. And here you're just following the road. There's nothing else. And here, after you find a waypoint, usually you will have an entrance to the ruins like this. There is 3 regex, and they drop quite a lot of stuff. So I will highly suggest to kill them. Here's a topaz, here's coral ring, here's sapphire. And then there's anything else? Nope. Alright, let's continue back to the waypoint and we're going to follow the road again. So here's Caitlyn. We're going to try to defeat him. Alright. And now let's go back to town. So I will talk to Yena, identify everything. Is it good? Nope. And this one is not good, not good. This one is pretty good. So I will sell this one. Let's just use this one. And then we're going to move to the next one, which is we need to go to Riverways. Now for riverways, we're just going straight up and you will find an exit to the wetland. And on this one, we need to find oak. It's usually on the middle of the zone. I mean, the area can move around, but usually is on the middle of the zone. You can see it on the minimaps. Here, talks to the oak, put down the totem. And there we go, take the amulet and let's move out. Now we need to find a waypoint. Usually it's near the old area, so let's find the waypoint. Now after you find a waypoint, you want to click Act 1 and you want to click Lioness or Watch. And then click the waypoint again, Act 2, and we click the Western Forest. And this basically make you, when you log out and log back again, you will go back to Lioness Watch instead of Frost Encampment. You don't have to do it. This is just some tech from the speedrun. So on Arira, I like to help Arira because the 15% the elemental resistance is really helpful on the campaign for you to keep your resistance. And in PoE1, you definitely want to keep your resistance. Resistance is really important for defense on PoE1. And after this one, we're just going to go down. You will find the black guard, like guard with like a black armor. Here's the guy. And when you kill them, you will it will drop emblem, and you can take the emblems, click the shield, and then basically log out and log back in again, and you will be on Lioness Watch. So talk to Vestal, take the skill point, and here You can check Nessa if you need anything like flask or something like that. We can use some flask, but it only have like last flask, something like that. If you need jet amulet, you can also find it here. But I think I get everything I need. Let's see if we got something on the chest. Nothing really. Um, I'm also going to buy the momentums, just in case we got something like this that we can actually use. But for now, I think this is it. I will also equip the lightning, the topaz ring, because we will need it on the wetland. Not wetland, the far ruins. The far ruin you need fire resistance and lightning resistance. But this sapphire ring also give fire resistance, so that's probably fine. And on this one, you just want entrance to the conference, and that is where we want to go. Like on the bottom, you can see that there's exit there. Ignore that one. We're just going to go on the top until we find the exit. So this is the cavern. And in here, we're just going to take this. And then I'm going to take one intelligence here because we need the intelligence to upgrade the hell out of us. And for the broad rage, try not to level this one. Keep it level 1 because the blood rage, the higher the level, it will deal more damage to you. And we only need the blood rage to generate frenzy, so there's no need to level up the frenzy, the blood rage. So here we're just going to travel until we find the waypoint. Here this waypoint. And having a lip slam with faster attack momentum definitely going to make it like, you know, you can lip slam a lot faster, but it's not mandatory if you only have like 2 slots, red and green. So you can just use the faster attack and the lip slam, but if you have thrilling like this, you can move a little bit faster. So this is the ancient pyramid. And on this one, the exit is always on the corner, so you basically have to like go up few times. So what I like to do is just walk diagonally, and you should be able to see the exit on the mini-maps. So on this one, I'm just going to go here, try to see if I can find something. There we go, there is the exit over here. So I like to like kind of move diagonally for that. So there's a quicksilver. You can also use quicksilver to upgrade the boots. I will show them after this fight, but you can upgrade your boots. So here we can see that is the exit, and this is a pyramid apex. And here we will fight the Fall Oversoul, and this is the boss from the Act 2. Oops. And that's why you need the lightning resistance, because that thing hits pretty hard, and if you don't have enough lightning resistance, it can easily one-shot you. In my case, I just don't have good enough flaws, so it takes forever to refill the life. So I should buy a life flask after this. Okay, the boss is down. Now let's just open the portal and go back to Forest and Kamen. And here, talk to Yena and identify everything. We can use this Jagged Maul. Jagged Maul is pretty good, and you can hold them pretty long. We can sell this. We don't need them anymore. We don't need this. We don't need this either. I guess we can use this. It have life, and we can craft resistance later on. So we can check for life loss. We have some here. We can buy them. And then let's move to Act 3. So we have the jacket mount here that we can use, but we need the socket and we don't have them. So that's unfortunate, and this is the reason why I tend to avoiding having a socket on the weapon, because if you need to change the weapon now, you need the socket, right? But sometimes you get to do what you got to do. You not always to get what you need, so you know we have to improvise at some point. Now for the items, I need to find a better boots, better item, basically almost everything. I don't have a single rare items. That's pretty sad. So let's go to the slum. And then we can find the access to crematorium. That's what we're looking for here. So here we need to find the trail of ascendancy. And then after this we need to find the piety. And after you defeat piety, you can click the Tolman and get the bracelet, and we go back to town. Now talk to Maramoa, get the vulnerability, and then go to Hargan and check for items here, because since and begin from Act 3, you will start to see falling. You're not always to get them, but you can get them. And talk to Clarissa, get the sewer key, and we basically just move on. There's nothing else you need to do here. So here we need to find sewer. You will see there is an exclamation mark on the minimap, so we can just follow that. And here we need to find 3 quest items. The first one will be the area before the waypoint, and 2 of them will be the area after the waypoint. So usually the first one will be around here. There we go. We can see the question mark on the exclamation mark on the minimaps. Take this one. And then we need to find the waypoint now. And this is the waypoint. And after this we need to find another 2. We can see there's one over here already. And then there's the second one. So we have total 3 already. And then we just need to find the exit from this area. So here you want to walk straight up here. If you see a water, then you want to go up. If you don't, you just go down. And here after you see the waypoint, you will find the entrance to the catacombs, and we go to the catacombs. And here we need to find the Trail of Ascendancy. And after you finish this, you just go back to town. So we're going to log out and log back in again. And here talk to Hargan. Take the skill point, and then I will sell. I think I have enough alteration, so I'm just going to sell this. And we go back to the waypoint, and we go to marketplace back. So this is the exit to the battlefront. And here we need to find a waypoint, and then we need to find the exit to docks. So here's the waypoint, and there will be a quest item near the waypoint. Take the quest items. And here's the dog. And here I'm level 24. You can level up here if you want to. But the main objective on this area is you just want to get the quest items and you want to get essences. There's one essence here, guarantee. So and you can see the icons on the minimap. This is the essences. And you can also see the exclamation mark on the minimap there. That is the quest item. And once again, if you want to level up, you can level up here. There's a lot of monster here. There's a lot of magic. There's a lot of rare monsters. So you can level up really fast here. So take the quest items, and after you take this, I will just go back. And then go to the waypoint again, and we go back to Battlefront. And here we need to find the exit or entrance to Solaris Temple. So this is Solaris Temple. We need to find a waypoint, and then after the waypoint, we need to find the level 2. So on the area 2, we need to find Diala. And here's Diala. Talk to Diala, take the jet amulet, and then take the quest items, and then bounce back to the waypoint, and we go to the sewer. And here you can see there is an exclamation mark on the minimaps. Click it. And don't forget to take this crafting recipe. This is to craft physical damage. It's really important. Here, take the waypoint, and we're going to go for Luna's Temple first, just to take the waypoint. And in the middle, you will find these Gravicious. We need to defeat Gravicious because Gravicious will give us Cyclone. And Gravicious can be pretty tanky and dangerous, so what I usually do is just kite them to the entrance of the Luna's Temple, because I mean it's pretty far anyway. I need to move the direction, so you know we can kill Gravicious also mobile to Luna's Temple. So here is the Luna's Temple. And here we need to find a waypoint. So here's the waypoint, and then from here we're going to go back to Ebony Barrage. And then here we need to find the exit to the Imperial's Garden. So here we need to find the waypoint again. There's two things here that we need to do after that, which is to find the Ascendancy and also to find the entrance to the library. So here is the waypoint, and usually from here you want to keep going up. That usually where is the library is. And a bit to the right over here, this is the Trail of Ascendancy. Usually, it's not always going to be there, but most of the time it is there. So here is the Trail of Ascendancy. You can see the mini icons on the mini maps. And after this, we just need to find the entrance to the library. So here is the entrance to the library. And here we need to find Ciosa. And be careful on this one. And this monster over here, it deal a lot of cold damage, so it can freeze you pretty easily. And if it freeze you on the wrong time, yeah, you probably dead. So make sure you have like a decent amount of cold resistance. I think I have like 40 something. It's not super big, but this monster is really really annoying, and it can really cause a lot of troubles. So this is Ciosa, and for after you need, and for the quest of Ciosa, you need to find the exit for the next zone, and the next zone is always after the Ciosa. So if you're coming from this area, the exit going to be here after Ciosa. And for the exit, you will not find the what it called. You will not find the entrance on the minimaps. What you're looking for is this loose candle over here. If you click it, it will open and it will now show the icon for the minimap. So you're looking for that loose candle. And here we need to find 4 pages for Ciosa. So we're just going to go around and collect all the golden page. I think that's the name. You will see it on the minimap. So just get 4 of them, and I will get back when I finish with those. And after we find the pages, we just go back to town, and then we can take the waypoint, and we teleport back to the library. And here you just talk to Ciosa. On this one, I like to take Arrogance. We're not going to use it now, but it's nice to have it and just level it up on the offhand. So on here, we need to find 2 Pulverize, one for the General Cry, one for the Cyclone. So we go back to the Southern Common and talk to Maramoa. And here, take the Cyclone. And then check hard gun just in case if you get something there. Alright, we don't get anything. So here, if you need sometimes, you can just take your time. There's not really need to rush it. But this is the place where you need to like rearrange, and if you want to swap now. So I will work on this one. And this is for the Cyclone. And you can buy the Generic Cry and Auto Extortion here on Clarissa. And put them on the Sunder part. And then for the Cyclone, there's a melee physical damage here. And also we need to find Shockwave. Shockwave support I think is on Act 2. So we need to go back to Act 2. And then find the Shockwave support. So this is Shockwave support. So here we need one more red, so I will gamble for boots, and hopefully we got like one more extra red here. And if I don't get them, I will just drop the blood and sand. It's not that big of a deal. So after you finish, now you make sure, right now we have like 60, 50, 47. You want to make sure that you have good enough resistance. So for the items like this, which is, rare, you want to make them rare with either essences or something like that. You want to try to get as much resistance as you can. We have some sorrow here, which we can use here. We do not get anything, unfortunately. So this one, how about this one? Still no resistance. So this is unfortunate, but sometimes you're just not lucky. In this one, we need some movement speed, so we can craft movement speed here. And we need a little bit more cold there. And here we can craft lightning. And here we can craft fire. So I'm basically kept my resistance. For now, this is good enough. We still have to find the falling. I only find the falling for Cyclone, which we can use after 31. So you don't really have to rush for the falling. But for now, let's go to the back to Leona's Temple. Right now, we will need to fight Piety. And also, I think I forget about it. You will need a desecrate. So you can buy them from library instead of Act 2, because on library you're always going to get level 1. Now on my case, I don't really have a slot for it, so what I can do is go back to Sun and Command, and then I think I will gamble for a new helmet, since this one is also pretty bad, and I can move that out as an blood sand here. But I need double green here, so let's try to get one. Okay, I double click this, but it did what it's supposed to do. So blood rich here, desecrate here, and then we are good. Here for the, and here after you get the accuracy, which we're going to need. If you click on this, we are barely capped without the precisions. And after you get the accuracy, we can go down here to reduce the mana cost and get the mana leech from here. So let's go back to Luna's Temple and let's find Piety. So one thing also I forget to mention, you can craft the physical damage on your weapons, which is I forget, which is typical on Act 3, because Act 3 is where we swap. There's a lot of things happening, so sometimes you forget about things. You can craft the percentage physical damage. So if you find a weapon with flood and hybrid, that is the best, because you can craft this one. But if you get, of course, if you get like high physical damage, that's also good, right? This weapon kind of sucks, but this is what we have for now. So we're going to go back to town and back to portal. Here we go, and we're just going back. And after this, talk to Grigor and take the skill point. And after this, finish what you need to finish on this town. Like if you need to gamble for weapon or anything like that, do it here. And after this, we're just going to move to Dominus. And we go to Imperial Gardens. And when you finish, you just go to Imperial Garden. And here we're just going to find an exit to Tower of Gods. I'm stuck. And here we just need to keep moving up to the point where now you're going to have to the point where you find the entrance to Dominus fight. So this is Dominus. The fight can be dangerous, but generally speaking, this shouldn't be that hard to do. And I just die. So here is the end of Act 3, and here is Act 4. Now we're just going to run to the town. So here is the town for Act 4. Talk to Kira. And then sell the thing that you do not need. And check the vendor. Maybe we get some foiling that can be useful. After that, we just go to Dread Lake. And we need to find the mini bosses. Bosses here. I forget what his name. So this is Desert Banner. Don't forget to take the crafting recipe here. This is the crafting recipe for attack speed. Out here, talk to Kira again. So it's not good. So keep going up, and you'll find the entrance to mines over here. And when you reach level 31, don't forget to use your perf rice. And here we need to find exclamation mark on the minimaps, and that is, I think, the Desert Soul. And this is, click this, and after this we just need to find the exit of this place. So here we need to find waypoint. So here's the waypoint, and we're going to go to the Resort Dream first. And here we just need to find the exit for the next area. And here we need to find the Toreso. So this is usually either choose left or right. Just go with it. I don't really have a tips for this one, so just go to the zone until you find the entrance to Toreso. So get this one, and then we go back to town. And then talk to Kira, sell things that you do not need. This is have a socket that we can use, but it's kind of bad, so I'm just going to sell it. And then go up and talk to Tasumi. It will get you 1 skill point here. And after you get this one, I would like to go on the bottom part. You can also take the reservations if you think the mana is a little bit too tight. That's up to you. And then we go back to Castlefane. And then the next one we will talk to Diala and then go to Calmstream. And here you basically just try to find the exit to the next zone. And after that we need to defeat Calm. And after we defeat Calm, we're going to go back to town. So after you defeat Calms, we just go back to town. And we go for the waypoint and go back to Diala at Castlefane. And when you talk to Diala, it will open a new way, which is Belly of the Abyss. And for this one, we just basically go through the next one until we find Piety. And here we find the Piety. And this fight can be pretty dangerous. Try to not get hit by Piety too much. And after you defeat her, talk to Piety again, it will open the way. And then after this, we need to fight 3 bosses, Saffron, Maligaro, and Deodre. And then we're going to fight the last boss of the Act 4, which is Malachi. And that is the Maligaro. I'm sorry, Malachi. And then we just go back to town and talk to Kira and sell the things that you do not need. And after that, we just going up. Talk to Diala. There's no jump that we can use here, so it doesn't really matter what you choose. And this one is the same thing. Just pick whatever, and then we go to the ascent. And from here, the first thing is we try to find a bridge here. So this is the bridge. You go to the bridge, and then after this, you want to head top right. You will find a way to basically like go up like a hill. Take the crafting recipe and then go up here. And you see the exclamation mark. Click the lever and wait for the portal to appear. And this is Act 4. And now this is Act 5, the slave pants. Now we need to take the waypoint, and we're just going to travel the zone until we find the overseer. We need to kill the overseer in order to get access to Act 5 town. So here we go. Wait here, the ladder will appear, and this is the town from Act 5. So here, let's talk to Lani. And I usually look for the double resistant ring and look at the roll. This one is the highest, so I will choose that one. And let's ID them. Not that bad, but also not super crazy either. So let's see on this one. Yeah, it's not super better, but you also have like a little bit more extra damage, so I think that's fine. And we can also check on some amulet, like this one is pretty good. We need dex and we need intelligence. So I have contempt here, so I think I will try, and maybe we get lucky. Not really that good, but this is useful, I guess. So we need some fire and we need some lightning. So my helmet is terrible, so let's try to get some helmet. So after we finish everything, let's just go to the control blocks. Here we need to find miasma meters. We need to find Justicar and kill this guy so you can get the Eyes of Seal. You will need that to get access to the next zone. Now here is the exit. Here we just need to go over the zone and find the exit for the next zone. So here is the same thing, we're just going to travel to the next zone. So on this place, the Chamber of Innocence, this is a very good place to level up. So if you need some level, I'm level 38, so the target usually is around 40 to 42. It's really depending on like how much you want to level up here. But usually the target is around that range. So you can level up here until we found the entrance to the Innocence fight. So after the innocent fight, just take the exit on the right, and we're just going to keep going onto the torch court. And here we just find a way out from this place. And on the ossuary, you just try to go to this place over here. You can see the marking, and now we just need to find a way around it. Now we get the items and get the crafting. Now we go out again. And on here, we're just going to go through this place, and we're trying to find a breach. Now here's the breach, and then we keep going. And we're going to go up here first to put down a portal, and then we basically go down. So now we go to reliquary, and here there's a 3 item quest that we need to collect. This is the first one, and this is the second one, and this is a crafting recipe here, and this is the last quest item. Now for here, we need to go back to the waypoint. We cannot just log out, because if you log out, the portal place will be gone. So we need to walk back to the waypoint here. And then from here, you want to teleport to the Overseer Tower. On here, we will send all the quests here. I will take the granite flask. And then you can take any of them, probably the red or the green one is pretty good. Identify everything. This one bad, bad. This one also bad. This one actually pretty good, but I don't think we have enough slot for it. So what we can do is, I can gamble for armor glove. They're falling like this, and we can put a link here. And then we can sell all of this. Check the resistance. So resistance is good. We go back to the Overseer Tower, and then we take the portal back that we placed before. And for the last slot, I will take the reservations, and then I will take this Impel node. Now we go to the corridor rooftops. And here we will fight Kitafa. I probably need to fix some rest after we fight Kitafa, because you're looking for something like 105 resistance. In this run, the RNG for the armor is not really that good, so I kinda lacking in terms of rest, but we'll fix that when we get into the Act 5, I'm sorry, Act 6. So put the chamber operator there. And then we take this one. There you go. The Kitapa is down. And we just need to move to the X6, and I will fix my resistance, and I will back when my resistance is fixed. and hopefully I can get my resistance fixed. So my resistance is kinda not capped. I need a lot of lightning, but there's nothing else that I can do. So I will just go to the coast. It's not ideal. Ideally you want to be able to cap your rest, but it is what it is. So here's the waypoint, and we go back to Mudflood again. And on this one, what I usually do is I like to following the coastline. And after I add the edge, I will go up a little bit, and usually I will find this Honor Queen here. Ooh, almost died there. And after you defeat the queen, you will get the Isle Conquest, and you will need this item to proceed to the next zone. So now we just need to find the exit. Now take the recipe, and then we proceed to the next zone. Now here, this is the same thing. We just try to move to the next zone. And here, the same thing again. We try to find the exit. I think this one is to the lower prison. So let's just go through all the zone. So there's the lower prison. And here we need to find Ascendancy first, Trial of Ascendancy, and then we proceed to upper prison. And on here, we're just going to keep going up. So you need to go like few floor, I think, until you find the entrance to Saffron, and we need to beat Saffron. Also, ideally on Saffron, you want to have like campfire lightning resistance, because Saffron deal a lot of lightning resistance, but as you guys know, I don't have lightning resistance, so we're going to probably die a few times there. But if you guys can cap your lightning resistance here, it will help you survive the fight on Saffron. Alright, now we just need to go here. To that with 30 lightning resistance, it's not bad. So let's go to Prisoner's Gate. Prisoner's Gate, there is two options you can go for. You can go for off-road here, or you can just follow the road and go to the next area first, or you can find this ledge here. That's going to lead you to the fire monster. I forget what his name. Valley of Fire Drinker, and here you will need to fight this guy, Upright. Alright, now we just go back to town. And we're going to go to the waypoint again. And then we're going to go back to Prisoner's Gate. Now since we already do the Aberrat, now we're just going to need to follow the road until we get to the exit of the next zone. Now from here, we're just going to follow the road until we find a waypoint, and then after that we will try to go left. And you can see the exit on the minimap over here. This is the wetland. And depending on the attribute, this is the time where you kind of need to take these two attributes. And then we go back to town again. And if you haven't talked to Lily, talk to Lily. So we can go to this Twilight Strand and finish the quest for Lily. You need to kill every single mob, so make sure you clean the whole area. And there we go. Now we just go back to town. Talk to Lily and get the refund point. Talk to Vestal, it will give you a skill point too. And then we need to identify all of this. This is terrible, terrible. This one is terrible. And then check for some ring. There's no ring we can use here, unfortunately. And here you can choose one that you need. Yeah, figure it usually bad. Take the skill point. I have some gold. I will fix my. I will try to gamble some items, and I will be back when I finish with it. Alright, nothing works, so let's just keep going. We need to go for riverways. And here we just need to follow the roads until you find the end, and then you basically move to the right side. You'll find the exit there. There you go, we find the end. Now we move to the right, and you will find the exit over here. This one is also the same. We're just going to go through and find the exit to the next zone. And here, you're just coming in, take the black flag, and we move to passage. Now here, we need to find the exit again. Now, on here, basically trying to find a big bridge. And this is the bridge I'm talking about. And from here, you're just following the road until you find the crafting recipe over here. Take the crafting recipe, jump upward, and now you have to stay inside the circle until this, whatever it called, arrive at the positions. This is basically is the quest. Now we need to do it once more time here. And here, take the beacon, and then you can actually leap slam down here. Okay, this way. And talk to Wilhelm Rod, and then sail to Brine King Reef. And here, you just need to find the entrance to fight the Brine King. And here is where you're going to fight the Brine King. And while the girl up, we're going to take this node over here. This is going to give us a lot of leech. And after this, just talk to Wilhelm, and you will go up to Act 7. So the first thing after you're at Act 7, press Y, and then click the Pantheons. The Brine King will basically help you with stun, and I like to go for this Slaughter. So now let's continue. Get out from the town. And then here we're just going to follow the road until we get the exit on the next area. And here we're just going to follow the road until we find a like intersections. And there's a waypoint there, and then after that we're going to go down first to Fell Shrine Ruins. And here, the same with the previous one, we're just going to follow the road until we find the entrance to what do you call? The entrance to the ruins. Here we need to do the Trial of Ascendancy, and then after that we need to move to the next floor. On here we need to find the quest items. So here's the quest items, and we take that, and then after this we just going back to town. And from here we go to the waypoint again and go back to Crossroad. Here we're going to go up to the Chamber of Sin. Now we need to go to the middle, take the crafting and talk to Silk, and then open the map device, put in the Maligaro maps, and then we need to complete the Maligaro maps by defeating the Maligaro. Now take the Black Venom and go out and talk to Sin. It will give you a key. And then go to the passageway that align with the waypoint. And then this will open the next area. And here we need to do Trail of Ascendancy again. And then we need to find the exit place from this one, which is on the place where we find Fidelitas before on the Act 2. So on here, we just need to keep walking until we find the exit on the next area. And here, we're just going to follow the road until we find a entrance to fight Ralakesh. And next, we're going to go to Northern Forest. Here, go back to the town first. We need to talk to Helena. And you can pick the boots. Of course, it's not good. And take this ghost necklace. And we'll just sell everything. And then we go back again to the Northern Forest. And here we are trying to find the Northern ticket. Here we go. We put the portal here. And then we need to find the exclamation mark over here. That is the Gears necklace that we take before. Need to click this one. And then we basically try to move to the next area from here. So here is the usual. We're just going to go around the zone until we get to the exit. And on here, what I can suggest is you just walk straight up like this. When you hit a wall, go to the left until you can go up again. Like this one, we can go up. Now we're going to go straight up again until we hit another wall. We're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to keep going up, going up. Now we can go right. We will try to go right. And it should be around here. So this is how you find the waypoint in this one, because this area can be pretty annoying to navigate. Now we just teleport back to town and we take the portal that we put here before and we go to the dread ticket. On here you need to collect 7 firefly and then you need to defeat Gutko. So after we've done that, we're going to go to Wilhelm first. Wilhelm will give you a refund point and passive point. And then we're going to talk to Aramir. It's going to get the same thing. And then talk to Helena. Take this one because we will need Dex and Intelligence. And this one is bad. This one is bad. So now we're going to go back to Fall City. and talk to Yena, and he will open up the temple. So on this one, we're just going to go to the temple. There's a multiple floor, but you need to keep going up until you find the exit for Arakali, and Arakali is the last boss for Act 7. So that is Arakali, and now we just need to go through the zone until we find the entrance to the zone encampment, which is the Act 8 town. So on this one, this is the time where you can do the labs, and for Scion, we usually skip the lab 1 because there's nothing you can get from lab 1. But on this one, we will start to the lab 1 and lab 2, and you can click on this one. This is lab 1, lab 2, lab 3. So we're going to do the lab 1 first, and then we're going to do a lab 2. I'm going to showcase them a little bit. You basically on Labyrinth, what you need to do is just keep traveling on another zone, try to find the exit, and keep progressing through the floor until you fight the what he call I forget what the what the Labyrinth boss Izaro. So you need to defeat Izaro 3 times. So that you can see, this is the first trial, and this is the first Izaro that you're going to fight, and then you're going to fight them 2 more times, and then you're going to have access to the Labyrinth rooms. The Ascendant room you can ascend, you can get ascendancy point from there. And this one is going to be very easy because this is the trial that you're supposed to do at level 30, and now we are level 52. So I'm going to do all the trial, and I'll get back to you when I finish with all the trial. So this is the ascendancy rooms, and on Divine Font, this is something you can try to get like another transfigure gems, and you can also add some quality. There's a bunch of options here, so play around with it. And you probably want to bring like Volcanic Slam or Snaking or Ground Slam, so just in case you get the Transfigure gem. On this one, I forget to take them, so we're just going to put something else's. So I'm just going to put something random. It not going to get consumed. Now we have Tectonic Cataclysm. This is something that we want, so we can take them. But if you not take them and you just close them, your Sunder is not gone. So there's not really a downside to it. And in this case, we do win the RNG, so we do get the Cataclysms. So that's nice. And then we can, this is the Altar of Ascendancy, and this is where you can ascend. And the first thing I would go, I think, is going Slayer. You don't really have to. You can try to go for Trickster or Saboteur. It is fine. I'm me myself. I don't really sure that I would go Slayer or not. But we're going to need Slayer and Saboteur. This is the two ascendancy point that we're going to go for. You can go to whichever you want. And now I'm going to do the labyrinth again, but for the second labyrinth to get the second ascendancy point. So this one here, and I will be back when I finish this labyrinth. So now finished with the labyrinth. Now we can continue on the campaign again, and we're going to go this route to Toxic Conduit. And on this one, we're going to go up, if I remember correctly. And then here, we're just going to find the exit for the next zone. So this guy can be dangerous. It does hit pretty hard, so be careful with the balls. There we go. Now we go out from here. And here, grab the recipe. We're going to go this way first. And we need to find the exit from here. You can see on the mini maps. And on this zone, we need to find End of Eternity, and we need to find Clarissa. So here total Clarissa, and we can begin the rituals. Clarissa again, and then now we need to find the exit from this zone and move to Solaris Temple. Here there is a boss that we need to kill here, or like a mini boss. Is not that difficult, but so we need to defeat that one and then find the exit from this one. So this is the mini boss. And after this, we just need to find the exit from here. So this is Solaris Temple. And then here we need to find the waypoint. That is the waypoint. Now we're going to take the waypoint and teleport back to wait a second. Take this one. This one good. Nope. So let's take this one. Now we're going to go back to Toxic Conduit. Now on this one, we're going to go down here. Now from here we just need to find the exit. This one is pretty long journey. So here we need to do the Trial of Ascendancy, and then we need to find the exit. There's two exits here. Let me find the other one. This is the Trial of Ascendancy, so let's do that one first. So from here, let's find the exit from here. So the first one you need to find is the High Garden, but do not get out there. Just put the portal, and then we're going to find another exit. And here we need to find the waypoint. You just basically walk straight here. You see the waypoint on the minimaps. It's pretty easy to find. And click the waypoint, go back to town, and then use the portal and go to the High Garden. So this is Pool of Terror. This is where we're going to fight Yugul. So after this, it's just going back. And then talk to Maramo and get the skill point. And take the Hargan, take one of these ring. And also take the skill point here. And next, talk to Clarissa and get the skill point here also. So from here, we're going to teleport to Lunaris Concourse. We're going to get the moon orb first, then we're going to take the sun orb after this. So this is the ice boss. And we take the recipe over here, and then we take the moon orbs. Now we go back to town. Now we need to teleport to Solaris Temple, and we basically also do the same thing with the sun boss. And this is the sun boss. There you go, take the recipe and then take the sun orb. Now we go back to town. And then go to the waypoint, go to Lunaris Concourse. Now we're going to go down. And go to the harbor bridge. And here we just need to find the entrance to the Lunaris and Solaris, because we will need to fight both of them. Now we just need to go through the zone until we arrive at the Act 9 town. So this is a town for Act 9, and from here we're just going to go up. And go to the center over here. And this area you just basically have to keep going through until we arrive at Pathofexile Desert. So on here, we need to find multiple objective. The first one is Waystone. Also, there is like a sandstorm with a lot of pillar. That where you can get the storm blade or something like that. Let me find it. So here is the Waystone, and then this crafting recipe here. And then we need to find the other part. We doesn't seem to found them. We only found the exit to the foothills. So we're going to go foothills first. We can come back here later. And on foothills, we need to find the Waystone. And there is a exit near the Waystone. We're going to... I'm sorry, waypoint. There's an exit near the waypoint that can bring this to the basilic place. So this is the waypoints, and we're going to go to the boiling lake. And here we need to find the basilic. Take the recipe, and I need to clear something. So open the portal. Let's go back to the town, and then we can go back to Facility Desert. And here we can check this place. There we go. We found the some weather chest. Click the some weather chest. It will start an encounter. And we're going to open the portal, go back to the town again, and then we're going to go back to foothills. Now we need to find the exit to tunnels. And here we need to do the Trail of Ascendancy. And this is the one. Be careful on this one because there's a lot of trap here, and if you not be careful, it can easily kill you with the trap. And also on this one, make sure you be careful with this monster because they are a little bit hidden sometimes. And take this one and portal out. Now we need to find the exit to the next section. And here we need to go to the waypoint, and after you went to the waypoint, you want to go up first. And depending on what we found here, we'll determine like where the other room is. So for this case, we found the Scion of the Wind here. So the next room that we need to go is on the top over here. If this is refinement, then the Scion of Wind is on the opposite side. And take the second of feather, and then we go back to town. And now we teleport back to the quarry. And since that one is Scion of the Wind, that means the refinement will be on the top. There we go. This is the refinement. Now we just need to find the boss and take the quest items. And from here, we're just going back to town. Now talk to Petrus and Fanja, and you can take the stuff, but my inventory is full, so let's sell some stuff. Not that great. And then talk to Sin. And talk to Petrus again. Get the bottle stone. And go to the waypoint, and we need to go to Facility Desert. Now you basically go to the right. There will be an exclamation mark on the minimaps. And it will be the oasis here. And here we need to find a way to sand speed. So just going along the edge until you find the entrance to sand speed. And here you just need to defeat the boss. go. Now we go back to town. And talk to Irasha. Take the skill point here. Also skill point here. And now we're going to go to the quarry. And talk to Sin. It will open up this next area, which is, I think it's Belly of the Beast. So this is the black core. We need to fight 3 monster here. And now before we go, I will go into portal packs. At around Act 9, your accuracy will start to fall. So you will need a little bit more accuracy. And this is the reason why I'm saying that you should put in your... You should put in your offhand and level up the arrogance. I think I just sold them for whatever reason. Basically, this is the point where you need to put your arrogance with your precisions. So the precision have a little bit more weight. And then, because we already put the precisions with arrogance, you have some space for extra aura. And I would recommend just go for the purity of element if you're new, especially because you don't really have to worry about elemental resistance because of that. But this does come with a bit of a problem because you need blue socket, which can be a problem to get. So you will need to be able to put some color here. For examples, like I will need some double green here. So after you use the purity of element, you will notice that your mana is going to be very, very tight. You can deal with it a little bit with this 3 point here, but 50 should be more than enough. But just in case, because on the next league, the auto assertion will cost a little bit more mana. This one is 15%. Next league it will be 20. So depending on how tight your mana is, you probably have to take this. But when your levels start to going up, you're getting more intelligence and more other stuff. You will start to have more and more mana pool. And you can also go for like something like Flesh and Stone and drop the purity element for now. Just keep leveling it, and when you into map and when you need them, you can turn them on. But for now, your mana pool will be a little bit tight because of that reason. Now let's get back to Rotting Core. And then let's go to all the bosses. Now let's talk to Sin. It will open up the room in the middle. Now we find them combined. So that is the Act 9. And the next one will be the last one, which is Act 10. And on this one, let's ID some stuff. This one is actually kinda not that bad. And this one is terrible. So we're going to go here, get to the cathedral rooftop. And then we need to find Bannon on the Kitava chamber before. Here, talk to Bannon. and then go out. Now we need to find the exit to the other part. If you remember, this is same area with Act 5, and if you can remember what we do on Act 5, this is especially in reverse. And here, we're going to put the portal here. And then we're going to go down here first. Wow, divine. And take this waypoint and go back to our docks. And then we need to go to the portal. And here, we're going to go to the opposite directions. And here, we just need to find Vilenta. And after defeating them, we're just going to get the quest and go back to town. So we go back to town. And here you can take basalt. We're going to need the basalt and granite boat. And take the skill point. Now go to the waystone. And we're going to go to Rabbit Square. And go to Ossuary. And this will be the bone pits. And then this is the place that we're going to get our last Ascendancy trial. And we also need to get some quest item here. So we got both of them. Let's get back to town. Talk to Wellam. Take the refund point. And then we go back to the waypoint again. And this is the point where you can do the third labyrinth. The Master's Labyrinth, so I will try to do that and we'll come back when it's finished. So got my labyrinth, and then now it's just now we just need to finish the act 10. So go back to Rabbit Square. So here is also a place where you can level up if you want to reach like, I don't know, 65 something like that. Usually I arrive here around 60 to 62, and I'm not really bothered with leveling up. I just want to go to map as fast as I can. So if you want to level up, this is the place you can do it. And for now, I'm just going to rush to the boss and kill the boss, and after that we will able to fight Kitapa again, and that basically conclude the campaign. Take the Staff of Purity. It's full. Now let's go back to town. And then talk to Banon. And then talk to Lani. You can pick the armor that you want. And then after this, we just go to the waypoint, and then you go to Rabbit Square, and you will see Sin here, or Innocence, and it will open up the pot. And here on this area, we just need to go through it until we find the Kitapa fight. So here we go, talk to Sin, and get to the Altar of Hunger. Now we just need to defeat Kitava. And that's basically Kitapa is dead. Now talk to Sin. And go back to town. Talk to Lani and get your last 2 points here. And then we will click passive. And we should be at 23 because we are helping Alira. And if you kill everyone, then you should have 24 points over here. So the next one, we just need to talk to Lily and sell from riots, and the campaign is basically done. You are already at the Atlas. So now there's a few things I need to talk a little bit. Talk to Helena and take this crafting recipe. The progression of the map will be different than before because we do have the endgame changes, so we don't know how it's going to be like. We just have to wait for the league to start. But the progressions, in a sense, in general, is still the same. You progress from T1 to T15 and defeat bosses, get poison and all that stuff. So on this one, pick the map that you don't have and run it down there on the map device. And when you complete it, you will have unlock the map device on the hideout. Now for the aura, on this one I'm running a Herald of Ash, and if you guys see on the POB, I'm using flash there, flash and stone. Now the difference is with Herald of Ash, you can benefit from this mastery over here. This is good when you don't have a good weapon yet. For examples, like this weapon is not exactly a lot of physical damage, especially like half of this run. My weapon is especially really bad, so this will really help early on. But when you start to have like a good weapons, you start to have like a good solid physical damage from your weapons, the flesh and stone will be better, and you can allocate this 4 points somewhere else. For example, like this accuracy node of here, because you will soon need accuracy. And but Herald of Us is also not that bad of an idea if you want to bring it to maps, because it also improves your clear. So it's really a choice, and you can pick whatever you want. But in the end, when you have a proper weapon, you're always going to change to Flesh and Stone. And also for the mana node, I go for over here because this one gives leech, while this one, it only reduces the mana cost. Now, with this 2 node alone, you will not be able to reduce the mana cost to 0. And as long as you do not have the craft which reduce the channeling mana cost, you will always go for this mana node. But when you're able to get that craft, you can go for this, and you can have the 0 mana cost Cyclone. And I think that's about it. And everything else is just you following on the day 1. You're basically working toward the day 1 POB. And I think that's it for this campaign guide. I hope this guide can help you guys on the campaign and progress to level 1 until the campaign. With that said, if you guys have any questions, like usual, leave in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it. And once again, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one.